Hi everybody, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with a match preview for Newcastle United's game against Fulham this weekend, this Sunday at St James's Park. Newcastle United will be looking to continue the great form that we've had, certainly with the win in the Carabao Cup, into the Premier League and keep on the charge for the top four. So we're going to have a little look at the game, how we're going to line up a little bit by where we think the game might be won or lost, hopefully won, as it's my birthday and I want a birthday present of 3 points. So we'll get stuck into that in a second. Just before we do, a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't already, please click that like and subscribe button. We'd love you to come and join us. We're on something like 2,368, I believe, at the minute. So we're really close to that 2,400. Keep us going. We're only just over a year old. So to get anywhere near 2,500 subs in a year is unbelievable. You people are amazing. Loads of room for you if you're just watching for the first time. All free on our channel. 2 live shows Mondays and Wednesdays and pop-up videos just like the match preview one you're about to watch. So let's get stuck in then. So how do we think we're going to start and how do we think we're going to get into this game? I suppose the big topic really that's kind of dominated the headlines despite the brilliant Carabao Cup victory midweek is the Joelinton scenario. Will he or won't he? For anyone who doesn't know, Joelinton was arrested for drink driving. We don't really know the ins and the outs of it, really. He's been damned by some of the fan base. He's been joked about by other parts of the fan base. Me personally, I kind of sit somewhere in the middle. I think what he's done is wrong. I think Eddie Howe, being the guy that he is, won't want that kind of heat on the club. He won't want Joe in the firing line. Joe apparently is really remorseful, and he seems like that kind of a kid. He's possibly just made a stupid mistake. You know, we've all had nights out before. Maybe got in a car at a certain time in the morning and thought, Christ, I probably shouldn't really be in the car. So maybe he's just, got done by something like that, which I don't condone either. But, I think Joelinton will be taken out of the firing line. I think Eddie Howe will show it as a double kind of action. One will be to protect the player and his mentality, because he's quite an emotional player, Joe. So if he plays, he gets wound up, and the Fulham players wind him up, or the fans wind him up, might do something silly. And imagine him getting a red card, as well as this whole bad headlines of the drink driving thing would just be a nightmare for Joe. So I think Eddie Howe will do it to protect him, but also to show the rest of the squad that he won't take breaches of discipline lightly. So this is how I think we're going to line up. I think Maxi will come into that front three, obviously with Callum Wilson and Mickey Armour on. I think Isak's not fit enough to start, but having him on the bench again is massive. He showed a little burst again against Leicester, that little run at the Gallagher with his speed. I think he'll only get stronger and stronger. And I think the more that he gets stronger, the more chance he's likely to start games. Wilson, to me, still doesn't look quite right in terms of that burst of speed running in behind the back four. I think he's got something wrong with his hamstring, personally. I know Audie pointed out in the Arsenal game that Howe asked him to not press. So I think something's going on with Callum. And I think that he can play, but his game's a little bit hampered because of that niggle. I hope I'm wrong. But I think once Isak is bang on match fit, I think we can see Isak start and Callum dropping to the bench, personally. But the midfield three, I think, will be Willock, Bruno Guimaraes and Longstaff. Little shout out to Willock and Longstaff. They've been absolutely superb. The engines on the pair of them are unbelievable. And Joe Willock looks unbelievable as well. The pace he's showing. I've seen some great banter on Twitter saying that Joe Willock needs a song. I totally do agree that Joe Willock needs a song. I'm going to the game on Sunday. Most of the Evermore boys are actually, unfortunately for Adam in America, who won't be there, but we'll have a pint for him in spirit. So I'd love to hear the Joe Willock chants come up. I suggested he's fast as fuck. He's fast as fuck. Joe Willock, he's fast as fuck. But we'll just see what happens in the game. And that back five kind of picks itself, really, with Byrne, Botman, Shaw, Trippier, and obviously Nick Pope in the middle of our goal. So how do I think we're going to fare in this game? We'll look at the head-to-heads in a minute, which is actually more even than you'd think. But I mean, for Fulham, really, the biggest team news, to be honest with you, is that Mitro's back. Now, whatever you think about Mitro and his time at Newcastle United, this is a dangerous centre forward. There's no doubt about that. I think he's got something like 11 goals this season. I'm just going to double check this now. I was looking at it the other day, actually. But I think he's got about 11 goals this season. And he is an absolutely dangerous player. There's no doubt about that in my mind. He will be a threat. But what I would say is that Sven Botman has very large pockets. And for me, I think that Sven Botman will marshal him quite well. I think he'll be able to deal with him very well. Fabian Schär, we've already seen, as a fantastic footballer as well. When he's alongside Sven Botman, he does make it all calmer for him, makes Botman more relaxed. Against Sheffield Wednesday, when he had the calamity that Jamal Lascelles next to him, he looked a different player against Big Smith. But I think with Schär and Botman at the back, I feel a lot more relaxed about the whole thing. So Mitro does have 11 goals and 2 assists in 15 games, so he is in very good form, and they'll be looking to get the ball to him. So for us, we have to stop that supply. But I think with that back five, I think we've only conceded something crazy. Like I was just looking at the stat there a second ago. So our defense has only conceded, bear with me, where are we here? Yeah, 11 goals in 18 games. So we're the best defense in the league, no doubt. So Mitro will have to do something pretty spectacular to get a goal against us. So we'll have a look at the head-to-head here and see how that is favoured. So in the head-to-head, in the 29 Premier League games, it's very, very fair, actually. 12 wins apiece, 40 goals for us, 35 for Fulham, 9 clean sheets for us and 6 for them. We're sitting in third, but you can see the kind of form going into it there. We've got, I'm just looking at the stats here, actually. I think that might be, what have we got here? So, yeah, we've got 2-0 draws, 3-0, 1-0 and a 4-1 win. And then Fulham have also got 4 wins and a defeat. So, yeah, looking at the league positions and kind of how the teams are lining up. And I think Fulham have had a decent season, in all fairness. Do you know what I mean? They really have played quite well. They're actually sitting in 6th, by the way, in the league table and 31 points. So they're no mugs. You know what I mean? They're 4 points behind us. So you've got to give them the props there. I think Marco Silva's done a class job there, to be fair. But I do think that we'll have too much from at home. I think even with Mitro back, I think Botman and Shaw will marshal him really, really well. And I think for me that I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Newcastle win. I think Mitro might get on the score sheet, but I do think we're going to win this game. So I'm going to go for 3-1. We'll be there as ever more in massive numbers for a change, which is really, really good. So we're all looking forward to the game, and I hope that you guys are too. So let us know what you think in the comments below about the result, if you think we're going to win the game, and who you think the goal scorers may be. As I mentioned at the start, if you can, please smash that subscribe button, come and join us. And very importantly, if you like the video, help get it around YouTube, that'll be awesome as well. So this is Chris signing off. Let's keep supporting that team. We'll call United. Let's hope for another 3 points on Sunday and keep that charge for the top 4 going. We'll catch you later. Cheers.